everyone, it's Tech Tuesday and you are watching Ask a Tech. My name is Alex and I'm here with Danny today. Danny is a familiar face for you all. You saw him a couple months ago at our winter prep panel. Danny, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good. Go ahead and tell everyone what you do at LCI.
So at LCI, we are Team WDA, Windows, Doors, and Awnings. We handle tech support over the phone, email, chats, and just about any way you guys want to get a hold of us.
Yeah. So Danny is in our customer service lab. Typically we are at Plant 39. We're switching things up today. We are actually at our marketing showroom here in Elkhart, Indiana. So you're going to see not all of them, but some of our awnings behind us. We've got Smartarm today, the XL awning, window awning. We've got Thule. So just a little bit of change of scenery for you guys. And if you can't tell, we are talking all about awnings today. So are you ready to jump right in?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. If you are following along with us and you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave those in the comments section below and we'll be tackling those as well.
Awesome.
So Danny, first off, let's talk about the awning heads for a little bit. What is the difference between the regular heads and our Regal heads?
So the name Regal might not resonate, so to make it easy, when you're looking up at the headpiece at the end of the roll tube, you will see one that looks more like the old style. The newer one, just to help you guys out there, will have more of an Iron Man look to it. So if you can picture Iron Man's face, how it's got that, you know, those bends, that's exactly what it looks like. And yeah, so we did that for product modification. We looked at what we could do to improve the space and the look. So we went with the new Regal head.
Yep. And if you need to replace an awning head ever, what do? Do you have to replace the whole thing? Depends
what you need. Okay. If you're looking for an awning speaker replacement, you can do just the speaker. But if you're looking at let's say gears on the drive head assembly, you can do the entire gear head. I mean, it's really up to whatever you're looking for. But yes, there are many options.
Okay, cool. So you definitely can just replace your speaker cover or your awning head. You just order the whole thing, get it taken care of.
For sure.
Let's just talk about awnings in general. What are some basic ground rules of having an awning? What are they used for? What do people sometimes use them for that they shouldn't?
Right. No, this is actually a very popular question, so that there's no misconception. It's meant to be a shade. So for example, if it starts to rain, we always recommend you bring it back in. Even if it's sunny and you're getting a lot of wind, for example, we're here showcasing one of our XL awnings. It's kind of large awning, so that fabric does have weight. You don't feel it. Obviously, it's doing its job, but if the wind gets under it, there's potential for it to snap up and down. What happens is something like a pitch arm. If you picture an elbow, it'll take it past its extend point, and that can definitely hyperextend it. So we never recommend even windy conditions. So again, if you think shade, you'll be safe. You know, that's how we keep it.
Okay, so just think shade. I know we're not showcasing it today, but we do have our umbrella that you could have possibly seen on our LCA website. Yes. The umbrella is a very large awning, and that is actually meant to be extended for long periods of time.
Yes.
So we're not really going to get into the umbrella today. You can find more about that on the LCI1 website. But today we're just kind of talking about your shade awnings, your typical, regular, everyday awning.
Right.
Let's talk about the Awning Pitch Arm. So if you spin over to this side so they can see you.
Definitely.
Talk about this for a little bit. If it's not holding its position, what do I do?
Right, so this is actually a question for campers that are about to head out and they're testing their awning and they see that the pitch arm is not quite catching. So it's a pretty straightforward process. As I mentioned, it's like an elbow. So if you can picture a bolt that goes through it and holds where it pitches, that's exactly pretty much what you need to look into. We only recommend 1/4 inch turns at a time because usually about 2 or 3 of those turns will be the difference between it being too loose and tightening up again. So very careful with how you tighten it. Never want to overdo it because again, it can snap in place. It's a lot of dangerous things that can happen. So we always ask, you know, 1/4 inch turn at a time and then test the pitch once again.
Perfect. So we were talking a little bit before this about our pitch arm. That is something, if it's not catching, that can make or break your awning. Exactly. It's a very key component that you need to have working properly.
Correct.
Good deal. Just about our awnings, how do I maintain the awning throughout the camping season? Just normal maintenance, just kind of taking care of it regularly.
So you want to kind of just take, you know, soap, detergent mixer, anything that's safe. Our website actually has a manual for taking care of it. Any of the safe products recommended with water, about 5 gallons mixed in. Something that we haven't really talked about is, okay, so how do I apply it? Do I put it on the bottom, the top? Simply the best way I recommend it is you put that soap and water on the top of the awning and then roll it in. What that does is that as it catches, it'll start soaking all of it with what you've put on. Leave it for about 5 or 10 minutes, then roll it back out. Everything will be soaked up, it'll do itself, and then you can just hose it down. And that's pretty much
That's easy.
Yeah, pretty
so
simple.
kind of naturally cleans itself. You don't need to like
right.
power wash it or
Correct.
go at it.
Yep.
Perfect. One of the other awnings that we have with us, you mentioned the XL awning.
Yes.
What is the difference between the XL awning and our regular awning? I know the name kind of gives it away.
Right, the name does give it away. Specifically, 20% more shade. So we were getting calls on, hey, awning's nice. Do you make anything bigger? And then we're like, well, this is what we have. Take it up a notch. And that's what we did. So now we have an XL awning. It's in the name, 20% more shade. Pretty straightforward. Our parts department can always help you take care of and we have even vinyl fabrics for it. Nine to choose from. Again, our parts representative or catalog, online website, all places to look for a good color.
Yeah, they're customizable. We do have 9 different colors on those, which is nice.
Definitely.
I know a lot of you guys hear us talking about Solera awnings a lot. We also do offer Thule awnings. So let's mention Thule and kind of show our Ask a Tech audience this for the first time. You guys haven't gotten to see a Thule awning from us. So this is actually what the Thule awning is. And right away you can tell like it's totally different from our Solera awnings. What are some of the differences between the Thule and the normal?
Absolutely.
I'm going to extend this a little bit.
Sure,
so
go
I
ahead.
don't talk loud.
I'll make some space for you. So right away we can see a couple of differences. Most awnings.
We unplugged it.
Yeah, they unplugged it, of course. But what you'll see is it's basically runs with power, and it'll run out all in the same.
Probably asking, okay, where are the side brackets? Where are the head caps? There are none. The Thule awning is a different take. All the hardware you're asking about will be inside. So right as we speak in these panels, are, for example, fold-down legs. They go into brackets that support it. I've seen this used every which way you can imagine. Most commonly, you're talking, I would say rear patio is the best way this is used. It kind of has an angle as it comes out, and when the arms come down, they call them legs actually. You can actually base them out. I've seen all kinds of creative ways to use this, but it essentially looks the same. It just doesn't have the hardware on the outside. Everything is built in and folds into it. So
Just a nice little come back.
different touch on the awning, and
Option for it. Good deal. So tell us about the Smartarm controller. Smartarm is one of our newer awnings. It's super exciting and cool. For customers who already have this purchased on their new units.
Right, and that's the key word, new product, new units. Absolutely. Smartarm is there for dad if you're trying to get a barbecue going, the kids want something to put their bikes under, they want the awning out right away. Well, the Smartarm, one button right there, it's pretty straightforward. At the bottom of that, what we call the mounting bracket, you will see the Smartarm controllers. All of the buttons are accessible, and that's what we kind of like. A lot of models you have to go inside where the switch is. This is, it pretty much has it all there for you. Even the LED lights will function, as you can probably, I don't know if the camera catches it, but it's got 3 modes of lights, and as you can see, I'm kind of trickling through them. So, you know, brightest being here, this being the lightest. It's a nice function as well. You have something called the infrared, and it detects heat, so it knows when somebody's under there. So it's for extending and retracting. You have that. It has a lock mechanism. That's for safety, so that if I accidentally push something, it's locked. Nothing will happen. And most importantly, wind sensor. So I mentioned this earlier. Sometimes we leave the camper, and there are gusts of wind that are out of our control. Right? We're sitting there. We're hoping, oh, I hope it went in. Well, it does. It actually retracts automatically. What it primarily focuses on is movement. So as the awning fabric rattles the arms, it'll detect that and it'll start retracting it for safety. And it even has wind sensor in the idea that you can set it to, hey, I don't mind a little bit of wind, leave it out, but if it gets this level of crazy, go right ahead and bring it back in. So again, there's 3 modes there, just like the lights. We're really excited about it, a lot of good feedback, so we look to continue the Smartarm and what else we can do with it.
Yes, it's definitely a fun new product. Also with the Smartarm, I know that we talk about our one control system. Some of those newer units are coming out with one control already built in, which is really fun and exciting. The idea of being able to control
Everything.
your entire trailer on your phone or your iPad or anything like that with the app. So is this something that's also compatible with one control?
Absolutely. To the point where if you want to extend it from the one controller because that's where you're at, then you can certainly do so. Also, we have the app for it, so be on the lookout for that on our LCI app. Is the one control, and it's different from the regular My LCI, which is more for tech support and all those kind of questions. This is more, hey, I can actually control my awning. I can actually, you know, dim the lights from right here. So also something to look out for. It's pretty exciting.
Makes it fun. Let's talk about the 18-volt rechargeable battery that we have. So, I mean, up here you can kind of see, in order to have these awnings, you have to hardwire them into your coach. What if you don't want to do that, or you want to look at something like less permanent?
Oh, yeah. So let's say you have a shed or a house. If you just want to put up one of our awnings, and it's not an RV, so it doesn't have all the wiring, and you don't have all the fancy stuff, but all you have is an outlet. Well, that's what the 18-volt does. If you have an outlet, plug it to charge. Once it's ready to go, it's a built-in battery. It's in the name, right? So you pretty much pitch it wherever you'd like, and it'll run off of that battery. And when it's out or it runs out, just connect it back again. It's pretty simple.
Super handy. So anywhere that you've got an outlet that can be plugged in,
yes,
kind of makes it just easy, ready.
That's the point of it, to give you a little more option.
Good deal.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about slide toppers just for a little bit. We've talked about these before, but everyone can kind of actually see the whole point of a slide topper here. Can these be purchased aftermarket?
Oh, certainly, absolutely. And this is kind of a neat idea. I've always liked slide toppers because the question always happens: honey, did you bring in the slide room? Did you bring out the awning? Which one did you not do? So no, this is all one take. So as you can see, there are brackets. We kind of don't have the rest of the mock-up here, but this would be the wall of your slide out, and this is what it bolts onto. So as it comes out, as you can see, it'll follow it, and when it rolls back in, this will roll up nice and tight against the coach. And it makes it really nice. Like I said, I love that. If I can press one button and everything goes in, that is pretty much the pro to the slide topper. So, and it keeps it all nice debris, you know, nothing in there, all that gunk.
It's like a gutter protection.
Gutter protection, things like that. So absolutely, we like it.
Perfect. Let's move on over to this one. We've got the window awning right here. Just kind of show us like what you would do with window awning, why you might need that instead of getting a huge awning.
Right. So my regular awning would end here, and I've got a window on my coach for whatever reason that takes too much sun, and the kids like to hang out there. Well, window awning pretty much the same as a slide topper. It's designed for a specific part of the coach, this being a window. I take this handle, pull it like such. You can set up a catch, that's up to you, however the window looks, and it's pretty straightforward. You kind of latch it onto there, it stays when you don't want it, and then you just bring it back to the coach.
Lots of little customizable options
yes,
still.
Definitely, yes.
Let's touch on manual awnings. For some of you that haven't moved over to the power side of things, they might still have manual awnings. Why would we still recommend manual awnings? People are probably wondering why we're keeping them around. We've got all these options still.
Right, so the plus side to a power awning would be that, like we just said, I can press a button, I can grill a burger, and it'll all come out and happen, right? Now that convenience, while not with the other awning, which would be the manual one, you certainly have the reliability of, okay, I don't need power, I don't need to know what's connected, what's turned on. I know I can crank here, or I can pull, and I know I can lock it, and it's pretty much a different take, but some people like one versus the other, so there are definitely pros to both.
Good deal. So we do still have manual awnings for those people that don't want to rely on the power side of things.
Yes.
We have also, while we're talking about ways that you can customize your awning, like we're talking about the RGB lights and all the fun, exciting things. Different vinyl options. We said you've got 9 different vinyl options. We also have the family room and the screen room.
Correct.
So talk to us a little bit about those. Are people loving them? We're getting good feedback.
Absolutely. So the family screen room is like an addition to, it's not any kind of 100% protection. I mean, it does have slight imperfections in the sense that you have to strap it on the side. So, but it's meant to be a great small extension of a tent, if you will. And going back to the RGB lights, I have to go back because I kind of like them. We mess with them back at the lab all the time. They blend in and out with red. They've got a bunch of colors. You can even do strobe lights for like the party goers, if you will. So yeah, I really do like that. Ask us about it when you call in. We have parts representatives that can help you make sure that it's right for your awning, and it's got a remote control. You just sit back, and we mess with the colors all the time. So that's also another cool feature that they have.
And we have those on our one control unit. You guys have seen that before. So that's what helps our one control unit look really modern and fun and kind of up to date with technology. And then last but not least, probably one of your guys' most commonly asked questions, what do you do if you need to manual override your awning?
All right, so if you watch
your favorite one to answer.
Very important. It's the emergency call, right? I need to get this unit out of this lot. The awning will come back in, and it's motorized, right? We talked about the manual versus power. Well, we always want to make sure we have our customers taken care of. In the case of the worst emergency, there is so if you're looking at your awning the way I am right now, this is the side of your coach. To your right will be the motorized drive head. It's as simple as finding the rubber grommet that'll be, you can see it from the exterior. You don't have to dig in too deep. Yeah, it's a little socket. You remove it, you'll see a bolt right there. And what that is if you turn it, now we recommend an electric drill. Realistically, it's a lot of turns, so unless you have a long time socket drill, 7/16, just apply counterclockwise, we'll bring it out and then clockwise back in. And this is a huge, huge help, because what you're essentially doing is you're acting like the motor, you're turning it with that drill, and it'll bring the awning back in. So that's I mean, if you're gonna walk away with anything as far as emergency, that's a good way to start. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for answering all of these.
Absolutely.
If anyone has any more questions that they didn't get answered, feel free to keep leaving those below. We're definitely going to take care of those for you. How else can people get a hold of you? How can they rely on customer service to help take care of them?
Very basically, we have a contact center. Okay, so you can contact us through there. We have live chat, so our agents, just like they're on the phones, they're also on live chat. We also have, we have phones, we have the app. You have the app, right.
At this point, we have so many ways to contact us.
Honestly, we're at the forefront of receiving all of them. Yeah. So, I mean, we even do emails. So my, customer service at lci1.com. That's a great way to reach out for help. We have technicians around the clock helping you guys out.
Yep, so the phone number is 574-537-8900. That will get you directly in touch with our customer service technicians. They can answer and kind of walk through things on the phone with you. And like you said, plenty of other ways. We've got manuals and stuff online that they can look at. There are a lot of helpful things out there that we're getting you so that you can kind of take care of these things and get you back on the road.
And for those of you out there that are wondering, well, I want to do conversion, right? I have a manual now, I want to go to power. We just recently, thank goodness, we just added a conversion kit, like a guide, like, okay, what do I keep? Which hardware is good with what? It's got pictures. We like pictures because that's how we point at stuff and say that, you know? So definitely check out our website, lci1.com. It's a great reference that I strongly recommend.
Perfect. Thank you, Danny. Thank you to everyone that's watching. Like I said, if you have any other questions, leave those below and we'll take care of them. If you have a topic you want to see in the future, we have a really exciting year still lined up for you. Really fun things coming up. We're even going to be over at Furion in a couple of months, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tech Tuesday.